What do you think about the word ain't? I think most of us use it at one time or another. Are we being lazy when we use it? Or are we being uppity when we don't use it? Ain't is indeed a lot easier for us lazy people. And I think it'd be easier for foreigners learning the English language. No more worrying about whether it's isn't or aren't or hasn't or haven't or doesn't or don't, as in he ain't got no sense, which actually sounds a whole lot better to me than he doesn't have any sense. What kind of slur is that? It ain't got no force behind it. I ain't, you ain't, he, she, it ain't. We ain't, y'all ain't, they ain't. So easy and uncomplicated. And honestly, regarding the appearance of uppityness, there are some places and among some people that we do appear uppity if we use aren't and isn't. Language is meant for communication. And just as we use appropriate language when talking with children, it's fine to use the common dialect of adults with whom we converse. It helps us to fit into the culture. And I personally don't see it as condescending. I see it as showing appreciation and respect for the language habits of others. You don't come into my house and pull out a cigarette because, well, I won't let you. But you refrain from smoking out of respect. It's my house. And when in Rome, we do as the Romans do. So it's okay if you use the language that is common to the people you're with. That doesn't mean you have to. But here's the thing. If you don't have to use the language of the so-called common folk, why do the common folk have to use your language? And I'm talking here to the makers of the language. You know, the bigwigs who determine what words are standard and substandard for the rest of us. If ain't is standard in your community, then it's standard in my book. We use the word ain't all the time in songs and poems and casual conversation. We say, you ain't seen nothing yet, ain't no thing but a chicken wing, or it ain't happening. Even famous authors occasionally use the word ain't in their writings. Words are just words. They have no intrinsic value. I'm all for beautiful sentences and lovely words. And I love how we put together words in flowing sentences and paragraphs. So I appreciate that we have isn't, aren't, hasn't, haven't, doesn't, don't. But what happened to amn't? Yes, it's a word. It's the proper contraction for am I not. We don't use it here in the United States. For some reason, am I not became aren't. How does that even seem grammatically correct? Amn't began as a Scottish word, and it's used in Scotland and Ireland. It's a perfectly good contraction for am I not. But American English doesn't like that M and N stuck together. So in a lot of dialects, the word became ant, A-N apostrophe T, and then ain't. But amn't and ain't are looked down on by grammarians. So when we are in class or at work, again, we must do as the Romans do. And at least for now, the Romans don't value the beautiful little word ain't. Perhaps someday, if enough important people use it often enough, we can restore the word ain't to its rightful place in our language. But it ain't happening anytime soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.